Well, hello, friends on YouTube, Facebook. It's been a long time since I have even remotely updated my channel for awareness on PNES. My journey, since the last time I updated something, which I think was maybe a year and a half ago, if not longer, it has been full of ups and downs. But I'm here today. This isn't going to be, a long video in regards to me talking. I know that several of you who are either a caregiver of someone dealing with PNES, or if you're dealing with it yourself, you can feel discouraged, alone, confused, lost, despaired, and it can just seem like it's a never-ending thing, and like you can't get out of it. But in my journey, in these past couple of years, I have found that love and support is number one. Getting that love and support from your family and friends and not being afraid to reach out. I've always been kind of a closed-in person, not willing to share my issues because I didn't want a "oh poor me" situation of people saying, "I'm so sorry for what you're going through." That, or being afraid of rejection and that people wouldn't be there for me. And I have come to learn that life is full of rejection, but it's also full of support. And you don't know who's there for you until you try. And the more people that you have that are there to support you, the better of a chance you have of healing from this. So my journey with PNES started, I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago. I was seizuring 4 to 5 times a week. And I was not diagnosed until 3 or 4 years into it. Well, let's see here. So about 3 years into having seizures. So it wasn't up until 2 or 3 years ago that I was diagnosed with it. And since my diagnosis, I have gone through ups and downs. I have felt alone. I have felt encouraged. I have felt that there was an end to all of this. I have felt that there wasn't an end to all of this. It's just been a roller coaster of emotions. But these last few months, I want to say last 6 months, so I ended up going PRN for the current job that I'm doing. And I decided to focus on school and focus on myself. And I found, thankfully, I was able to do that. I know that some of you may not have that luxury to go PRN or to just not work. So even though what I'm about to say in regards of me finding myself, and I had that luxury of doing it, it doesn't mean that you can't do it while working, while taking care of the family, while just dealing with life. Because what you don't know is, even though I wasn't working, I've been dealing with a lot of stress. Things that have been out of my control. Worry, concern, just stress. And I've worked on my spiritual side, just praying, trying to draw closer to God, and trying to reach out to people and build that support system for me. And for me, my seizures are triggered through stress, but that's because my cortisol levels are high. And I don't know if you've found what your main causes are for your seizures. But I can tell you that once you start digging deeper and finding out the main source of your seizures, you can then learn how to manage that, whether it's stress or time management. I mean, whatever it is that is a trigger to it, you can be in control as much as possible in that situation and turn yourself around. My seizures have reduced from 4 to 5 times a week to maybe 2 seizures a month, but I can say that I don't know. So I did seizure a couple of weeks ago, but that was the first time that I had seizured in quite some time, and that was because, I mean, I'll just be open with you. My husband and I got into a really, really bad argument, and it was to the point of where my body just couldn't handle the stress of that, and so I just went into seizure mode. But other than that, my health has increased significantly, and I'm finding ways of learning how to cope. And so I say that to let you know that there is hope and that you will get past this. And I encourage you to go and seek therapy for cognitive behavioral therapy, because that's exactly what I'm talking about here. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps you figure out what the triggers are to your seizures. Now for me, I needed, because I'm kind of hard-headed, I needed to do it on my own. And for me, you know, that type of guidance just wasn't working for me. So I had to figure out a plan for myself. But I did go through with the program, and I got the basics of what I needed to know, and so I just grew from that. But I also want to say that I have noticed that one of my videos that is highly popular is the one with my pre-aura. And some of you may not know what a pre-aura is. Some of you might be trying to look and see if what you're experiencing are pre-auras. So a pre-aura is something like when you become out of character, when your brain just isn't functioning correctly, but you're still alert and you're aware of what's going on, but you kind of just feel out of control, and you know that you're more than likely going to seizure if you don't get that under control. So what I have learned is when I start those pre-auras, I breathe, I try to talk to my husband, I try to remind myself that I'm in a safe environment, I try to concentrate on why I might be pre-auraing, and if I don't know, then I don't know. But there are ways of stopping yourself from having a seizure. And it doesn't always work, but I would say that 95% of the time, now that I am more self-aware of what's going on with me and my body, 95% of the time, the technique of being aware that I am having a pre-aura, that I'm not feeling well, and that there is a chance that I will seizure, those 3 things right there is what helps me prevent from having a seizure. And if you have that support system, you will be able to potentially prevent from having that seizure. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, but it is very possible. So I'm going to be putting myself out there more, making myself even more vulnerable, and sharing videos of me having those pre-auras, so that way you can see if there's a commonality, and let me know if there is a commonality and how I'm behaving during those moments, if that's how you behave. Because sometimes We just don't know what's going on, what to even identify it as. And I characterize a pre-aura as when you're out of your personality, when your brain isn't functioning correctly, but you're still aware of your surroundings. Like for me, I have a hard time verbally communicating. My words get jumbled. My brain gets foggy. Gosh, there is so much that I could talk about with what I have found that helps me with my seizures, but I don't want to get off topic. So I will be sharing some videos of me, and I'm putting myself out there and making myself very vulnerable for you to see, so please respect that, okay? And please feel free to share this video and any other videos that I will be uploading here in the future. Thank you so much for continuing to follow me, and I'm sorry that it has taken me so long to get back to you. But I'm back, and I'm here. Thank you. God bless.